Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson. This is a little bit of a quick Q&A. It went live before I pressed the button then, but thank you everybody for joining us. It seems like there's quite a few of you already talking online. Start banging your questions in for those of you that are on YouTube. Start banging your questions in for those of you watching through MUFC Latest Facebook page. Nice to have you here. Just testing that I can do both things at once quite quickly. So forgive me a second while I'm just sorting out what I meant to do prior to going live. But then once I get the comments on, so there's comments on screen already from you guys on YouTube. And then I'll get them up on MUFC Latest as well. So let me get the comments up and then we are good to go. Alright, I think I've got them on. So throw your questions at us. When do I think the Glazers will sell the club, says Lucas Kirby. I think probably when someone offers them an absolutely obscene amount of money, way more than we're worth, and that's probably going to be the only opportunity that we get to sell the club to them, I believe. The next England manager, by the sounds of it, it's going to be, I really do think it is going to be Gareth Southgate, which is mental, really, isn't it, when you think about it? So I do think it will be Gareth Southgate. So I'm just watching the numbers. The numbers on MUFC Latest is the thing that I am interested in the most. Obviously, I know you guys are always here for us on YouTube, but I'm just checking out how it goes on MUFC Latest. So if you are watching on Facebook through MUFC Latest, please throw some questions in and we will answer those as well. All these guys on YouTube going for it. Januzaj's out for 6 weeks injured. I wasn't aware of that. Why did Sam get sacked? Well, he didn't really get sacked. He resigned. The thing is, when you're the head of an organisation such as Southgate's been given 4 games. Well, there you go. I thought it was going to be Southgate. It sounds like about right. I think when you're the head of an organisation like the FA, I think there's certain responsibilities that come with it. It's more than just managing the England job. And I think if you're the England manager, you are the head of the FA, you can't be telling people how to circumnavigate the FA's rules. That's just wrong. And yet this happened prior to him being given the job with England, but you can't say that it didn't happen. It doesn't have an effect on what he does now. So it's embarrassing because the English FA likes to think that it's above all this corruption that you see in UEFA and FIFA and all the rest of it. But the truth is it's not. And this is why the English FA now really have to come down hard on him. The fact that he's flung in his resignation is good, but it also means that the FA can't now sack him. Am I going to be at Old Trafford on Thursday? Of course I am. Do I think LVG might make a good England manager? I think the national teams, by a rule, like the players, should have the national managers. I think you shouldn't be able to manage another nation's country, a national team. I think it should be the same as the players. All the staff for a national team should come from that country for me. I don't think you should have foreign managers or anything like that. Hello from Vancouver, Canada. Hello. How many are we up to on air? Not too many. Why can't we see that's a problem for United? What's a problem for United? Do you think we should go... what was that? Should loan out Depay? If he's not getting games, yeah, maybe. What's happened to Tyrell Warren and Callum Gribbin? Tyrell's injured. Callum Gribbin... What do you mean, what's happened to him? He's not really good enough to be playing in the under-23s at the moment, so he's not getting games. Hello, Joe. Reckon the 4-match ban for Gray was fair then? I haven't seen what 4-match ban. You'll have to tell me. Drinkwater. No, not really feeling Danny Drinkwater coming back to United. I don't think he's any better than Schneiderlin in the slightest, so no thank you for me. Rashford in the England team looks like it's going to happen, doesn't it? What happened to Ashley Fletcher, says Lucas. He didn't want to sign a new deal, and then he went to West Ham. It's quite simple, really. Where should Blind play? Where should Blind play? Seems undroppable. This is the big decision that he's got now. I don't know if I want to see him in midfield. I understand the clamour for seeing him in midfield. Herrera's doing a fantastic job in midfield, in all honesty. I really don't know, but he needs to be in. I think you've got to say, once the African Cup of Nations kicks in, it's going to be him and Smalling at centre-half, isn't it? So, there you go. English football managers are behind Big Sam would have failed anyway. Everyone's going to fail as England manager because we're not as good as we like to think we are. My image is flipped. Bailey's on the left. Yeah, the background, for some reason, it comes out backwards on here. Obviously, the graphics are the correct way around, so that's how it's meant to look. But yeah, the image itself, so me and the background, are the wrong way around. Thoughts on Pogba being played on the left of the three behind the striker? No, not at all. He's got to play central midfield. Should Fosu Mensah start on Thursday? Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a second string side, and I would like it to be a bit more of a second string side, to be honest. I think that's going to be the best thing for the players. And I like the way that Zlatan's been given a bit of a rest as well. I think that's really good management of the player. Hey, Scottish living in Texas, play Marshall or Rashford over Rooney? Yes. Do I think Zlatan and Rashford can start regularly this season? Well, Mourinho started the season, didn't he, by saying he's probably not going to play both of them unless we're going to properly dominate a team. I think he's changing that a little bit now. Bit of info on Eddie Alvarez, not heard much of him. He was the Bellator champion. He came into the Killers Row of the 155-pound division in the UFC. He worked his way to the top. He got the title fight. He absolutely demolished RDA. And now he's going to be a tough fight for Conor McGregor. I have no idea how this goes down, but it's a hell of a fight, and I can't wait for it. That is a big, big fight for UFC 205. Cannot wait. Who will be our captain when Rooney goes is an unbelievably good question, and would probably make a good debate, to be honest, because I think that's one of the major problems that we've got at the club at the moment, is that there's just no leaders. There's just absolutely no leaders. What high school did I go to? I went to St Damian's in Ashton. Did you see Vidic yourself at United Training Ground? No, I didn't. If Isco comes in, would that be the end for Pereira? Yes, but I don't think he'd be coming in. Did you see Pereira's assist the other day? Brilliant Beckham-esque cross. I like the team on Saturday, but Luke Shaw will come back in at left back when fit. He will, and I think Marshall will probably come back in once his head's sorted. I think Mkhitaryan needs to be slotted in there somewhere as well. So there's options. There's all sorts of stuff going on, isn't there? What would I change to the 11 that started against Leicester? Mkhitaryan possibly for Lingard. I think the stuff that Lingard offers, you need some sort of player in the team that's just going to be a pure, honest grafter in a side, and I think that's brilliant with what Lingard offers. If you're watching through MUFC Latest, thank you for joining us through MUFC Latest. Friday, me and Ben are going to be doing our podcast on this very sofa on Friday, and then from every Thursday onwards. Basically, anytime United have got a game on a Thursday, we'll move it to the Friday. But apart from that, we're going to be here every Thursday. And that's us sort of banking the fact that we're probably not going to be playing football on Thursdays very often, hopefully. So please come and join us if you're new on MUFC Latest. Me and Ben created the website and everything, so please come and check us out. Someone's just asked me a question about Angel Gomez, but I missed it. Would I buy another centre-back to come in as a starter? No, I think we've got plenty as it is. What's happened to him? Who's him? Mkhitaryan or Mata as a number 10? Both. This is the problem. Do I class Rooney world class or fringe? I don't think there's either or. You know, he was definitely world class at one point. He now no longer is, and there's no shame in that. He was at the top of the game for a very long time. January transfers, that could happen. Do I think Rashford is undroppable? He's got 3 in his last 3. Yeah, of course he is. Liverpool title contenders. They're surprising me a little bit this season, I have to say. They look really good. How long do I believe it will be until we can realistically win another title, says Ash Holmes. I think we could win it this year. I really do. Would I like Griezmann at United? In a heartbeat. Darren said, will Angel Gomez feature for United in the next 4 years? Will he be 20 by then? So, who knows? Keep doing my in-depth United reports. The MUFC ones aren't detailed enough on my channel. Do I think United need a pacey, tricky winger like Di Maria? Di Maria's not a winger. But yes, I do think we need some sort of player that's like that a little bit. Any chance of Tuanzebe playing on Thursday? Do you know what? He was absolutely magic last night. He was worth the drive all the way over to Southport because it pissed down. I burnt my mouth on a Bovril. We got beat 2-0. But Tuanzebe's performance was absolutely fantastic. Do you see Rashford at FIFA 17? Did I see Rashford at FIFA 17? No, I don't know what you mean. Do I think Rashford will make it big time? He's getting that way, isn't he, I think? Nidge, what's up? Who do I think we will sell in the near future? I think Phil Jones, Rojo, possibly still Fellaini, possibly Ashley Young should be looking over their shoulder a little bit. Will Timbo play centre-half or centre-mid? I think he'll probably play right-back again, because I think that's where we're a little bit short. Watching Suits. What Suits? I don't watch telly, so you'll have to help me out on that one. Do I think Carrick should be the first choice with Pogba? I think Carrick's an excellent option alongside Pogba. First choice, possibly. What about Memphis, says Naveed? What do you mean? Oh, what's happened to him? It's just not being selected. Okay, my next question is, should Rooney move on or stay as a squad player? I think he's got a lot to offer as a squad player. It's whether he thinks he's got a lot to offer as a squad player. That's the big question. What do I think about Big Sam getting sacked? Well, he didn't get sacked. He's resigned, so there is a slight little bit of a difference there. He can't stay on after trying to circumnavigate the rules. How important is Thursday? It's not. Watching the UFC 205 presser soon. No, I'll probably tape it, actually. I'm not going to watch it. Best hairstyle at the club? Don't care. As Herrera confirmed himself as a starter after Saturday's game, I think he's put himself right into the picture. Memphis is crap. He really isn't. What will happen with all the Deadwood who are just making up the numbers in the under-23s? Only a couple will get a chance, says Jordan Clayton on Facebook. Only a couple ever get the chance anyway. That's the killer about the under-23s, is that a lot of them that you think are going to make it, and there's been a lot down the years that you're like, this guy's going to smash it, and he just doesn't. So I think what you've got to do is you've just got to graft, and when there's an opportunity, like Rashford did, you've just got to take it with both hands. Rashford did that, Fosu Mensah did that. There's other players capable of doing that. If Tuanzebe had come in, I am sure he would have grabbed it with both hands, because he just looks absolutely fantastic at the minute. Do I think Marshall will eventually become a centre forward? Yes, I do. Bisping or Henderson? I got to go with Bisping, but I'm not convinced, in all honesty. I just want to see a good scrap. Is Rooney an England legend, regardless of whether he's a United legend? No, he's not won anything. I mean, yeah, he's got the all-time leading goal scorer record, but he's not won anything, has he? Do I think we'll win the Europa League? No. Oh, if Cantona got you into football, who's the person you watch now and think, wow? Messi, Ronaldo, Pirlo. Got a lot of love for Pirlo. I love the way Pirlo watches it. Why did Ravel Morrison not make it? There's a lot at play with Ravel Morrison that you'll never find out about. I don't think, and probably rightly so. The guy didn't have a chance off the pitch. He was fucked. McGregor or Alvarez? I don't know. When I said Memphis's playing style was too predictable, a little bit, yeah, a little bit. And he said himself that the defenders was a lot faster, but I also think our style of play didn't really suit the way he plays the games. What about Bale, says Shamir? Do I think he'll join United? I would love him to join United, just no idea if he does. On holiday in Mexico, hearing rumours that Rooney's starting on back to the bench on Sunday. Yes, I'm hearing the same things. I think Kroll should have his next fight at Old Trafford. I think he could probably fill it. How can Wayne Rooney be looked at as a bigger legend? How can Rooney be looked at as a bigger legend than Charlton when he beats the goal scoring record? He won't be a bigger legend than Charlton. There's no way he becomes a bigger legend than Charlton. Just think about what Bobby Charlton's career consists of, right? You can't really think of this any other way. Think about it. It's Hollywood as it comes. Busby Babe, Munich Survivor, World Cup winner, Ballon d'Or winner, European Cup winner. It doesn't get better than that. When Rooney wins a Ballon d'Or, not going to happen. When he wins a World Cup, not going to happen. When he's known as the best footballer in the world, it's not going to happen. So Wayne Rooney can't be considered a bigger legend than Bobby Charlton on any scale. After Pogba signing, is it not even more likely that a player like Bale, Griezmann would join us? I think it probably is. Do I find it odd that Tony Valencia is over 30 and has refused to develop his left foot? Yeah, I find it odd that all footballers don't work on the weaknesses the way... George Best said the right thing. I'm paid to be a footballer, so I'm not supposed to have any weaknesses, so I'll work on them. Rashford and Hiacho. Sort of questions that. What fixtures do I think Mourinho will park the bus? Probably City away. Probably City away, I think. Maybe Arsenal away, the way they're lining up. Don't think he'll do it against Liverpool. I think he'll go toe-to-toe with Liverpool, and that's probably the best way. Fed up of hearing about Jose being sacked. What do you mean? Young is massive Deadwood. You're not wrong. How much better is Fosu Mensah at centre mid than right back? He has far more of an impact on the game, and he's a good player that needs impact on the game, and you get a better player. Giggs for England manager, not for me. United versus City in the EFL Cup. I know, lose game, innit? We can't win. Why is Young picked over Memphis? Don't know. I want Rooney to leave so he doesn't get Charlton's record. I wouldn't be upset if he did without getting it. Can Pogba win the Ballon d'Or in 3 years? I think he can, but I'm not sure the last time a centre midfielder got it, to be honest. Someone saying Finian or Prod. Neither. I'm an atheist. Fosu Mensah as a centre-back or centre-mid all day long. My team, Celtic versus City tomorrow. Who are you wanting to win? Stupid question. I can't wait till Brendan Rodgers beats him. Brendan Rodgers is that shit he could beat City and Guardiola tomorrow. But I'm not counting on it. Howson, greetings from the USA. Hello to the USA. Gary Neville's successor at Valencia was sacked, so did Neville actually do that bad? He did do that bad, but he was going to struggle regardless, I think. Going to another country, not knowing the language, it was always going to be a bad start for him. He probably should have got his first managerial job in this country, I do think. What do I think about Giggs going to Swansea? I think that would be great. I think that would be great for him, in all honesty. Bisping doesn't convince me at all. Not sure why. I feel like he become champion because he was underestimated by the guy he took the belt from. Luke Rockhold was the guy that he can't remember. He beat him, and that's the top and bottom of it. He beat Luke Rockhold, who I didn't give him a chance against. But he's fighting a Dan Henderson that's way past his prime, so he could easily beat Dan Henderson. Do I even give a shit about England? Not really. Angel Gomez, future Ballon d'Or winner. Yes, if I could put money on it right now, I would find somewhere to put money on it. He's the sort of player that wins a Ballon d'Or, if you know what I mean. Certain players will get it. Like Luke Shaw could be genuine world class, the best left back in the world. Doesn't matter because left backs generally don't win Ballon d'Ors. Angel's in the sort of place like number 8, number 10 that does get it. United's future. Wow, I can't really answer that pretty quickly. Would I like to see Eric Cantona manage? With all my heart, and I wouldn't even care if we lost. I really wouldn't care if we lost because can you just imagine Eric Cantona on the sidelines? He's wearing a suit. He's got a tie around his neck, but it's not even tied up, right? And can you imagine his team talks? Can you imagine his press conferences? For the entertainment factor alone, Cantona as a manager would be fucking brilliant, wouldn't it? Missed that one there, Nidge. Let's have a look. Connor and Nate's first fight was a mirror image of Rockhold and Bisping. Yes, it's a good shout. Cockiness and complaints since they biting him in the arse. Yeah, I also think he got stuck in that loop of trying to throw the uppercut because he thought it was going to work. Who's sending any stupid questions about this? I didn't get that one. Opinions on Triple G. Guy's an absolute warrior. Do I think Kasper Schmeichel will ever be United's number 1? No, but I think he could be. I think he's a very good goalkeeper. Who would win in a fight between Cantona and Keane? I think Keane because I think he's got more psycho in him. We've got any on Facebook? Let's have a quick look. Please can I do a video about the United players on loan? Stick tight. We might have something coming out on Full Time Devils about that soon. Who would I like to see as the next big signing for us? Griezmann or Bale? I would love either of those two. If you're on Facebook, can you give it a share? Because we're trying to see what the numbers is like doing it through this Facebook page. Would I like to see Griezmann at United? All day. Hello from Bahrain. Hello, Bahrain. These comments are going way too fast. I can't read them. Why did Zaha never get a chance? He never got a run of games, but he did get a couple of chances. I like Zaha, but he's not got that top level. He's very quick, very tricky, can make space, but his delivery is not. His delivery is not all there, if we're honest. Would Mata make a good manager? He's quite clever. You never know. New England captain. I suppose once Rooney's finished. Again, with England, I don't see any leaders. When I was growing up, everyone was like a proper man, wasn't there? And all of them would smash it. But none of them look like men anymore. Better manager, Howson, Gaz or Adam? Me, obviously. Proven. Moisey for England. Again, he's Scottish, so no, I won't want to see it. Have I heard of any Zoira players? No, Thomas, I have not. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing my research on the Zoira players ahead of my preview, so I'm doing a preview tomorrow. Smiths, Oasis or Stone Roses? Stone Roses I would say, but I'd probably listen to Oasis more. Charlie Nicholas said Fosu Mensah is like a young Glenn Johnson. He should just stop talking, really, because he's nothing like Glenn Johnson. Rooney to China in the summer. I think that's a likely, should we say. What do I have to do to go to a youth game? Just turn up. It was a fiver last night at Southport, which is a bit of a piss take, but just turn up. Zaha didn't get the chance because he went with Moyes' daughter. I believe that that's not true. Future United captain. Does Pogba resemble Zidane? I think he does, yeah. I think there's a lot of gameplay the way Zidane played the game, and people are going to give a stick for this, but there's a lot of the ways Zidane played the game that Pogba plays the game. Do I see Eddie Howe become England manager? Would I like to see Eddie Howe become England manager? I think it'd be a move away from the norm, but again, it's another manager that just hasn't won anything. And this is the highest paying job in world football, bar none. So why are they not able to get the very best of the best? Now, I know I said I wanted to see only Englishmen, but if you're paying that sort of crazy money, that should be every single manager in the world should want to get that job. So I just don't understand it. Who will win, Alvarez or McGregor? No idea. That's why they got to do it. Feelings on a Stoke game. If we line up the way we lined up against Leicester, I think we're fine. Oh, these are going too fast. Is Lingard a leader? He doesn't strike me as a leader. He's quite small, isn't he? So he doesn't strike me as a leader, but who knows? I don't know what he's going to be like in the dressing room. Do I think we need a sporting director? 100% yes. I think Cantona managing United would be like Maradona managing Argentina or the press conferences. Yeah, probably mental. Any team winning the league has a 20 or 30 goal striker. Do United have one? We might have 3. I think no English manager right now can get a good run with the England team. No, the team isn't good enough. The management's not good enough. Who's looking promising in the youth sides? Matty Willock is looking great, filling in as a striker, but he's not a striker. He needs to get back into midfield where he can start to dictate the game. Yes, I did see Cantona's video asking to be England manager. Angel's obviously looking fantastic. Chong looks good. Burkhardt scored at the weekend. There's a lot of players that come through, but the thing is, if you bring one through a year, that's better than everybody else. So the fact that we've got a handful that could come through is brilliant for us. Do I think we'll have issues when Bay leaves for the African Cup of Nations? No, I don't think we do. I think we've got the cover. I think we'll be fine. Dab, right, listen, you will never see me dab on camera. How's that? So it's not going to happen. David De Gea for captain, possibly. Do I think McElroy? Didn't see that one. LVG for England? No. England games are boring enough. Let's not see that. 8 Premier League managers accused of taking drugs. Wait, what? 8 Premier League managers accused of taking drugs. That's absolutely mental. That is absolutely mental. But I'm not surprised in all honesty because there's so much drugs in sport. If you just keep saying dab, I'm just going to end it. How's that sound? Ander Herrera, future captain. Do you know what? I was thinking about this the other day. That I thought Herrera, the way he plays the game, is very interesting. And I think if you look at the way he scored, when we score a goal, it's mint, isn't it? So his reactions and everything like that, I think he probably could be a captain. Did I see Holland with Van Gaal? I did, but I don't want to see him with England again. I don't want to see people having foreign managers and stuff like that. The youth for Europa League. I'm not sure any of the youth are going to get called up into the team. So I wouldn't see. What was that about the class of 92? Will there be a repeat of the class of 92? I think it's very unlikely. Very, very unlikely that you're going to see 5 or 6 players from the same year. Although they wasn't all technically class of 92. Giggs was 91. Phil Neville and Scholesy was 93. So they get branded as the 92, but they're not technically 92. Pogba or Cruz, who's better for me? Cruz, but Pogba is in the conversation. What were my opinions on Tom Cleverley when he first came through? Not that special, to be honest. He did very well at Wigan, but it wasn't like lighting the place up like Pogba or Morrison was. Do I reckon Alvarez will try and win by out-wrestling McGregor? That's how I would think he would try and win, yep. Milner for England player manager. Christ, I just said he was boring. How boring do you want him to be? Do a video on the Red Knights and the Glazers. I could speak to Drasdo and get some more information on that. I know that the Red Knights was quite closer than we all imagine to getting something done. So, who knows? I think Pogba plays much better when he doesn't have to do the running, e.g. Fellaini plays, but you have to have a bit more work rate. I think it's also Leicester, to be honest. Leicester didn't really come out there. Will City suffer without De Bruyne? Absolutely, because he's minting, let's face it. What do I think of Regan Poole? He had an awful mistake last night, which led to the goal for Everton. And I've not seen too much special from him. Next to Tuanzebe, he's not going to look as good because Tuanzebe is just absolutely killing it at the moment. What area do I think United will look to bolster in the next transfer window? Midfield, but only because of all the rumours linking us to other midfielders. Fellaini or Fletcher? Fletcher. Would you give Depay a go this Thursday? Yes, I would. How did I used to rate Jones? Quite highly, actually. But I think he always needed like a real leader alongside him. So, like when a Rio or a Vidic is alongside him, he looks good because he's got someone telling him what to do. But I don't think he's got that on him himself. Opinion on Fletcher pre-illness. Was it the 2011 Champions League final? We would have won if Fletcher would have been available because he was the one that would have broke up the play, I think. Without him, we wasn't anywhere near him. Am I surprised by Guardiola's impact at City? Yes and no. Because you have to look what they did last season, and they did exactly the same thing last season. They completely blew teams apart. They was beating teams 4-5-6-0 and 1 last season. They went the same amount of games last season. So, no, not really. Can we still win a title? Yes, we can. Will Januzaj come back any better, or will we sell him? I think he'll probably get sold. Have I seen Pogba's comparison to Milner's stats? Milner is better. Only in terms of assists and goals, but who cares? Because that's not what football's all about, is it? If you can't see that Paul Pogba is a better footballer than James Milner, then you probably should stop watching and take tennis up. Do I watch Ballers? Yes, I do. Laters, man. It's in a bit nidge. Is Blind a starter for me? Yes, but there's going to be a big question mark as soon as Shaw and everybody's fit as well. Thoughts on Varela? I think he's a great footballer. I think he'll do someone a real good job. He'll probably end up at a top club and stay there for years to come. How far can Leicester go in the Champions League? They can easily get to the quarters. Semis if they get a nice draw. Their old style of English play, which is what worked with United so far, so far in the 90s and the 2000s, that real gutsy attacking performances, Leicester can replicate that and they can be fantastic with it. Do I watch Peaky Blinders? Yes, it's fantastic. Debated whether I could get away with wearing a three-piece suit and a flat cap for a bit. I'm joking. But yeah, it's a brilliant film. Really well shot, really well made. Fantastic. Hello from Ireland. There's quite a few of you from Ireland. Hello. Do I think Roshan should move to fullback because of his face? No. He was at fullback last night. He doesn't have the natural instinct. Doesn't have the cross in him. He's a fantastic centre-half. Keep him at centre-half. Eddie Howe or Giggs for the England manager? Eddie Howe. Again, Giggs has done nothing to prove it yet. Why isn't Schneiderlin playing? No idea. Shout out, please. Listening from Durham. Hello. How shall we play Mickey T? If you play three in midfield, you might get away with playing him the way Mata was used at weekend. But to be honest, I don't really know. There's a lot of players that I don't know how they're going to fit in. Do I think United will have another golden generation of youth? Yes, absolutely. I mean, we've got a load of defenders coming through at the moment. Burkhardt and Bowie and Gomez and Buffon, they could all come through at the same time. Again, it's down to luck. Obviously, Rashford's in that age bracket at the same time. Rashford can be the Giggs of the class of 92 era, so you might see Rashford breaks in this season, maybe Timothy Fosu-Mensah breaks in next season, maybe the following season Tuanzebe comes in, and then a couple of seasons later you might see Gomez brought in. So it could happen. The chances of it happening are very slim though, and that's why it was so special when you get Busby Babes and Fergie's Fledgings, because it's mad. Do I think we need Bale? Yeah, I think we do need Bale. I think Bale would slot very nicely into this team. Shout out from Los Angeles. Hello from Los Angeles. It was there last summer, and we're looking at going back very soon as well. We went and watched a UCLA game. I was there. We'll try and take in some more sport when we come next time. Shout out from Australia. Oh my God, we're killing it with the distances. So lads, who has college tomorrow? Have I been to a Salford United game? Well, it's Salford City for a start. But yes, but only when they played Manchester United. Salford's not my city, so I wouldn't go there. What was that one? Is Rashford the most talented 18-year-old you've seen? Hang on. Is Rashford the most talented 18-year-old I've seen? I would go as far as to say I'm not sure he's the most talented 18-year-old at the club, but what he is he's extremely gifted at finding the back of the net. I think there's loads of stuff to work on for Rashford, but he's blowing everybody away at the moment, isn't he? He's absolutely smashing it. Hats off to him. He knows he's got things to work on. I saw the video he did with Spencer earlier. He said that these things that he's learning from Zlatan, which is fantastic. He said he's just watching him. He strikes me as the sort of guy that knows there's work to be done to get to the top and to stay at the top. And I think because of that reason, he's going to go very, very far. He could end up as a future United legend. I think, he's a local lad. He's a Red. I'd love to see it happen. That's the sort of guy that you think hopefully ends up with a statue at the ground. Does he have the ability to be to the world's best? I'm not sure, because you think, what's he doing? Is he beating players using skill and stuff like that? It's raw power and speed. If he develops other areas to his game as well, then yeah, he could go on. He can do anything he wants in the game. He's going to be scoring goals left, right, and centre. His strike rate is actually better in the Premier League than it was in the under-18s. Can you even imagine that? Yeah, Rashford isn't that technically... I mean, he is technically gifted. There's no one at Manchester United that isn't technically gifted. All of the footballers are technically gifted. They don't get anywhere near our academy if they're not technically gifted. But if you look at the likes of Pereira, you would say Pereira is a lot better technical footballer. You would say Januzaj is probably a better technical footballer than Rashford, but Rashford's honesty, Rashford's determination, Rashford's bravery has elevated him above both of those players. And you wouldn't have thought that last season. If I said that at the start of last season, you'd have been laughed at, in honesty. Best right foot in the world? I don't know. Mad question. Did I notice in a Spencer FC video... Oh, what was that? He was about to say Roshan was the quickest. No, I didn't actually. I didn't notice that. No. I actually spoke to Tuan Zabi about who was the fastest. And he said Rashford's fastest over 100 metres. And Roshan was fast. No, Roshan was fastest over 100 metres. Rashford was fastest over like 15, 20 metres. But Fosu Mensah didn't even come into the description. Is Bobby Charlton in the conversation for the best ever European player? I think he's got to be in the conversation. Got to be. I think Januzaj's debut season was one of the best performances I've seen for a youngster. Sad that he doesn't look the same. A lot of that is down to how he's been utilised. In all honesty, I know that the way that they asked him to be involved in defensive stuff, where Moyes just said like, "You go play, mate," and maybe that was the right thing to do. The reason Rashford will make it. Is because Rashford's not only up his own arse. I'm not sure Januzaj is, to be honest. Will I read Bob Beasley's book about Jose? Yes. When's that out? Is that this week or is it next week? Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. LVG for England, says Owen. No. Although, yeah, the press conferences was fun. Best player of all time. Oh, you can't really do it of all time. It's got to be done by generation by generation. I can see an argument for Di Stefano. I can see the argument for Pele. I can see the argument for Messi. You got to do it generation by generation. Would I do ever do FIFA gameplay United career mode? Yes, I will be doing probably a couple of United different career modes and stuff like that. Definitely going to be doing some FIFA stuff. Hopefully getting it this week. What do I make of Gaz being ginger? George Best is the greatest talent of all time. Where is El Fattore? I don't know. What, right now? Probably in bed. Weigl, the next Tony Cruz. Hearing a lot of good stuff about him. Rashford and Riley are very similar as their work rate will take them further than their technical ability. I do agree with that, Kieran. Yeah, that's a good point. Di Canio for England, can you imagine? Morrison or Rashford at 18? It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on what you're looking for, in all honesty. Because I think technical ability was Morrison, but attitude and work rate, Rashford. And who do I think will go further? Rashford. And I see a lot of people saying, will Rashford do a Morrison? I think Morrison's circumstances were very, very unique, and to him, I don't think that's something that happens all the time. Should I go asleep because I've got college at 9 a.m, says Owen Byrne. What day is it? Tuesday. Nah, fuck it. Will Angel be given a chance in the first team anytime soon? He's not been training with the first team, so I wouldn't thought it's on the cards. Have I seen any more of Tahi Chong? I have. 2-pack or biggie? 2-pack for me. Imagine Cantona as the United manager and Vieira as the Arsenal manager. Ooh. Do I know anything about El Fattori? Yeah, I do know a little bit about him. He's played a little bit as a centre mid last night. He's not going to make it in the first team at Manchester United. He's 22. He's still catching up to everything in the other 23s. So I think I'd be very surprised if he did. I think he probably needs to drop down to like League 1, League 2. Probably have a decent career in the game, but he's not going to be at United. Is Ashley Young underrated? No, he's shite. Why is the League Cup game loss? Because no one really cares about the League Cup. If you put a big team in there and you win, then they're just going to say, oh, we played our reserves. If you lose, then you actually lose, don't you? It's a nightmare drawing a big team in a cup that you generally don't give a fuck about. Do I watch Narcos? Yes, I watched the first season. If Vidic stayed, would we have finished higher? Vidic had slowed down a significant amount, so probably not. Will I be watching the press conference starting soon? No, I'm going to bed. I'm going to save it. Is he the one from Salford? Yeah, El Fattori is the one that we signed from Salford. When Rooney stops playing, do I see him returning to United to coach? No, I'm not sure I do see Rooney being a coach, in all honesty. Rooney's passing play would be improved if he doesn't take 5 touches before pinging a ball. That's a very good point. Very good point. If you saw the way the ball was being moved without Rooney, and then how Rooney was moving the ball against Northampton, just break it down and see how long it takes to switch sides. It's not Paul Scholes. Angel, a future number 10? No, I think the perfect position for Angel is probably number 8. As you see him dropping further back and being on the ball that little bit more, you see such a better footballer. And that's where I want to see him play. I'd love to see him played alongside Pogba in midfield. Can I recommend any good United books? This one's a good low-key United book. Second best autobiography I've ever read. Paul McGrath, Back from the Brink. It's quite emotional. Very good book though. Apart from that, The Greatest by about Duncan Edwards by James Layton is absolutely fantastic. When did I start YouTube? New Year's Day this year. Who is the next? Missed it. Any game against Man City is big. It is. This is the problem. If we win the League Cup and City win the league, are they going to be gutted, or are we going to be gutted? That's the thing. It annoys me when Paddy Crowder defends Rooney on TV. Did you see the Keith from Wilmslow thing talking about Rooney? Absolutely nailed it. And it left Ben Thornley and Sammy McIlroy looking a bit daft, because they can't really, I don't think they can really come out and say what they really, really, really mean, or really, really think about Rooney. And that's unfortunate, but that's what happens when it's the club's own channel. The club's own channel can't really come and say what they really mean, can they? Sell Darmian. I think Darmian's good enough for another choice, another chance, in all honesty. How do I maintain such a sexy beard? I just get it cut every other week. That's it. Favourite Rooney moment at United? When he was arguing with the ref and then went and buried it against Newcastle. There was also a goal against AC Milan. Would I give Angel a chance at the senior 11? I would say let him stay in the 18s till after Christmas. He's only just turned 16. leave him in the 18s till after Christmas. If he's still, more than 1 goal and assist per game like he is at the moment, I would move him into the under-23s, give him 4 or 5 games in under-23s, and if there's any sort of Europa games or League Cup or a game that you're very, very confident, then I would say, yeah, fuck it, give him a chance. Let's have another 16-year-old debut, because they're very special usually, and he's a very special player. How many United shirts do I have? Not many, to be honest. Last year I bought the red one for the final, but before that, I don't know when the last time I bought a United shirt was, to be honest. I like the retro shirts. I went through a period of probably 10, 12 years, but without buying a shirt. If Tony Cruz, best midfielder in the moment, the guy's magic. Yeah, for me, he's the best midfielder in the world at the moment. Love him. I'd love it if we beat them. Love it. Yep. PFA Player of the Year prediction. Probably someone who actually doesn't win anything at the end of the season. That's usually the way it goes, isn't it? Someone who looks mint up until the voting and then tapers off and someone else usually comes in. It's the same way. If I'd have told you the year United wins the treble, David Ginola wins PFA Player of the Year, like, what's all that about? Celtic or Rangers? Nope, don't care. None of them. I don't understand how certain fans believe that Iniacho and Iwobi are better than Rashford. People are daft. People like to hate United. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. I was only going to do 10 minutes. I've done 40. Typical. But thank you for joining us. If you're joining us on the MUFC Latest YouTube channel, then thank you for joining us on there. We'll be back on Friday, myself and Ben, for the live podcast where we'll be taking questions from you guys, but we've also got a range of topics as well. So please join us for that. Hit live, subscribe, and you'll be notified when we do go live. It'll be 9 o'clock on Friday. And there you go. And if you've just joined me on YouTube and you just happened upon it, then thanks. Hit subscribe on that as well. And we are live Friday night, 9 o'clock, same time, same place. And tomorrow there will be the Championship Manager video going up in the morning. The preview for Thursday night coming up tomorrow night. Thursday will be the youth review. And then Friday will be Snapchat Q&A. So get ready to send your stuff in on very late Thursday night, otherwise it gets deleted and disappeared. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your questions. Hope to see you all again, and I'll see you in a bit. Laters.